Hello everyone and welcome back to the Poke ETF channel, where we combine Pokemon and using real data analytics together to keep track of our precious collection. And in today's video, we will be going through our usual monthly price update regarding full art trainers of March and April 2024. And if you've been following me, I did not do a March 2024 price update of full art trainers, so this is 2 month price update of full art trainers. And so before we begin, I do appreciate that if you do find this video valuable and good content, please hit that like button because it goes a long way in supporting the channel and growing the channel so that you can see more content, and subscribe to the channel so that you're always up to date on the most recent price update, because a lot of these videos are really time sensitive. I know a lot of you have told me that you're very appreciative of pointing out cards that have huge spike or huge drop, because it really dictates how we buy and sell our cards and really use our collection dollars and using our money wisely. And so because I know that we're all living busy lives and it's really hard to keep track of cards, and so it really helps to know these monthly price updates so that you know how your collection is doing. Hence ETF, your collection ETF, whether full art trainers, trainer galleries, alternate art, and many more. And comment below on whether you're still in the full art trainer collecting journey, because I know last year was a lot of hype, and now this year, because of our current economic environment, people are liquidating a lot of their collection, and so prices are falling, especially certain collection, obviously not the alternate arts, but full art trainers have not been doing well in 2024. And so comment below on whether you're still buying or selling full art trainers, and comment other content that you would like to see on this channel. So without further ado, let's begin. And so as always, I always like to start with a high level overview on how full art trainers are doing as a full collection. And again, this is why I love data. I really don't think any other channels or other people are really aggregating data like this. And so hopefully, again, this is not anything magic. This is really simple. It's just really totaling up all the full art trainer. But again, it's really hard to automatically do this. And so I like to use the power of data automatically so that we can just have fun with it and see any insight we can see. And so I don't know, this can show you a clear view of how full art trainers were really exploding last year. I mean, the narrative, yeah, everyone knew it was exploding, but people did not have the data to back it up. And this is the data to back up that last year full art trainer exploded and then it declined, and fully this year 2024, you can see January 2024 to April 2024, last month, it really was flat. And so again, clear data, clear graph to show that full art trainer is not really doing terrible, it's just doing very flat. And so then going by each era, again, let's drill down by each era. Obviously, there are 5 eras. It started with a black and white. Early March, it would cost you around $860. It went up $30, representing a 3.4% increase. Then X and Y, it would cost you around $645 2 months ago. It went up $17 these last 2 months, representing a 2.6% increase. And Sun and Moon, of course, is our most expensive era in terms of full art trainer. It's pretty much half of the value of the whole entire full art trainer collection. It went down $92, representing a 2.3% decrease. Then Sword and Shield, it would cost you around $1,100 2 months ago. It went down $10, representing 1%. So again, Sun and Moon is the biggest decrease, and again, maybe it's price correcting from last year still. And then Scarlet and Violet, it would cost you around $400-ish, went up $150. But again, this is a little not misleading, because the reason why it increased is because more cards have been added these last 2 months. I think it was the Temporal Forces trainers and then the other trainers that have been added. And so they're just being added. It doesn't mean that the cards are going down or up. And then grand total, again, it would cost you around $7,000 to complete a full English full art trainer collection. And so going by each era, the first era, black and white, top increase is the Bianca number 147 from Boundaries Cross. 2 months ago, it would cost you around $127, went up $18 to $145, representing a 14.6% increase. Again, I love these original 8 full art trainer the best. The background is so old school. I still think as time goes by, these will be very valuable and rare. And so looking at the graph, if you've been following me for a while, you will notice that I also include a new analysis, the candle price analysis or the whisker box plot analysis. You can see for the Bianca, these kind of analysis really shows you the variance. I don't want to get too nerdy into the technical analysis, but basically in the high layman's term, it really tells you the variance. And so you can see the line, the box is wider than a couple other cards, and that just shows that the variance is wider. And so you can see it's been around $160 last October, and it went down to around $110, so it went down $50, and then so slowly going back up. And so you can see that there's a dark gray box and a light gray box. Those represent quartiles, and then the middle line between the gray box and the dark gray box and the light gray box represent your median. And so you can see that median line is around $140. And so this really tells you really quickly what this card is doing in terms of the variance and whether there's a high support, upper high support, or lower support. And so going to the top decrease, we have our Professor Juniper, number 116 from Plasma Freeze. It was $100 the last 2 months, went down around $5 to around $96, representing a 5.2% decrease. Looking at the graph again, slowly going down very slowly, and that's why when you look at the candle price analysis of the Whisker box plot, there's really no box. You can see other cards, there's a box, but here it's just lines, very small dots, and so it just shows that the variance of this card is not that much. And actually, things like this shows me that this is really ripe for a big spike, because this card is really old. I think this is like a decade old. This is like more like 10 years old. Like this is in the black and white era. And then to see this, that just shows me that if I go on TCG Player right now, there's probably not a lot of copies. And so if people bought this card, I bet the market price will go up, because the variance, and there's not that many copies out there. And then looking into the next era, there's the XY top increase. We have our Hex Maniacs number 75A from the alternate art sealed promo, XY promo. It was around $64, went to $5, representing an 8% increase. Looking at the graph, it went back up, or went up, then went back down, and then slowly going back up. And so you can see from the Whisker box plot, it's very evenly distributed. It's like the box, the gray box, the light box is the bar is in the middle, and so you can see it's a wide range of variance, but then it's evenly distributed in terms of the quartile, and you can see the median line is around $65. Then looking at the top decrease, we have our Bridget number 164 from Breakthrough. It was around $30, went down around $2, representing a 6% decrease. Again, it's a very evenly distributed. It went up to around $43 last fall, and then now hovering around $28, going back down to the same level as last year's spring. And so looking at the Whisker box plot again, that just shows, you can see that the bar, the gray bar and the dark gray bar is mostly on the lower end, and so that just shows that most of the price points are in the lower end. And then looking into the Sun and Moon top increase, we have our Misty's Favor number 235 from Unified Mind. It was around $171 2 months ago, went up $13 to around $183, representing a 7.4% increase. Looking at the graph, again, not much of a variance. It really hovered between $180 to $160, so that's like a $20 variance. And so you can see at the Whisker box plot, there's not much of a variance. It's really small. The line, the bar is really like squeezed in. And so you can see all the prices are around this range for the last year or so. And so it just shows not much of a variance for this card. And going to the top decrease is the Lily number 151 from Ultra Prism, the chase card of all full art trainer, the most expensive full art trainer of all full art trainer. This is pretty much the Umbreon VMAX of alternate art, but this is the full art trainer Lily number 151. It used to be around $550 last year. Now it's around $400. Went down $38 these last 2 months, representing an 8.7% decrease. Looking at the graph, yeah, last year it was around $340. It topped off around $520 last fall, then going back down to around $400. And so because it looks very smooth, it's not much of a up and down. It's like go up slowly and go down slowly. You can see that the Whisker box plot, the quartiles are really evenly distributed, and then but there's a big variance obviously because a car like this, a very expensive car like this, a very big variance. And then around the median is around $430. And so we will see whether this car will hold or whether it will go back up. And then the next top decrease is the Lily's Full Force number 230 from Cosmic Eclipse, around $170, went down around $2019, representing an 11.4% decrease. Looking at the graph, very similar, but you can see that there's not much of a decrease these last 3-4 months. And so then looking at the Whisker box plot analysis of candle, you can see that the quartiles, the second and third and fourth quartile, are mostly up above. And so that just shows that there may be a support there. And so we will see whether it will show the prices around there. And so then looking at the Sword and Shield top increase, we have our Lance number 192 from Silver Tempest. It was a $2 card, went up $13 to around $16, representing a 554% increase. And it's because of these that I do these videos, because people wouldn't know unless you really follow the cards, that if you're following the videos of other content. But it's because of this that really provide value, because I make videos for myself, and it helps me know whether I should sell this. I definitely will sell this. If I have a couple copies, I will definitely sell this at $16. Even selling it at $13, $12, and get my money back when I paid for $2, and then when this card goes back down, I would just buy it back. And so I would say it's probably due to the meta. I know that the Dragon Pult, I know a lot of people are teching, specking, or trying new decks the last tournaments or so, but I heard that the results were not that well, and so I definitely will think that this card will drop down. And you can see that it used to be $25. and now going back down $16. So we will see whether this will continue to go back down. And again, you can see that the whisker box analysis, candle price analysis, you can see there's dots, and that dot just shows outliers. And so you can see I can pretty much disregard that, and that the really main prices are between $5 and $2. And you can see the median is around $3. And so I can already say that around $16 is really artificial. It will not hold up. If you have it, sell it, because in 2, 3, 4, 5 months, this will probably go down to $4, $3, $2, and just rebuy it back. And so you have extra money to buy other stuff. Is then looking at the top decrease of Sword and Shield, we have our worker number 195 from Silver Tempest. It used to be at $11, went down $6, $7 these last 2 months, representing a 62.1% decrease. Looking at the graph, yeah, it just went going down a lot these last year or so. And so you can see the whisker box plot again. The second, third, and are mostly on the lower end quartile. And so you can see there's a lot of downward pressure. And then looking at the top increase of the Scarlet and Violet, the most newest era of the full art trainers, we have a Mela number 236 from Paradox Rift. It used to be a $14 card, went up $5, representing a 35.3% increase. Maybe because of the meta. Again, this is a very new set, and so to see a card increase like this, maybe suspect is probably because of the meta. And so because if I have this card, I would definitely sell, because I know this card will probably go down. And so looking at the graph, it used to be around $40, $60. Now it went down all the way to around $12, $13. But the last 2 months, it went back up $3, $4. And so you can see at the candle price whisker box plot analysis, you can see that normally the prices should be around $10 to $7. Median is around $8. And you can see that $15, that dot, is just an outlier. And so looking at the top decrease, Scarlet and Violet, we have our Ionos, from our chase card from Paldea Evolve, it went down. You can look at the graph, it's just going down. Again, just if you have copies, I don't know, don't sell it. I don't want to know. I don't know whether this will continue to go down, but most likely. But if you have a copy of it, keep it. If you have duplicates, sell it, because these will continue to go down. And then the Erica's Invitation, the top chase card, full art trainer from the Scarlet and Violet 151, going down double-digit percent. Looking at the graph, just going down. And then the Miriam, the Chase full art card from the Scarlet and Violet base set, going down. So all of these cards are going down, and so this is really good for us collector. Again, I have not collected any Scarlet and Violet full art trainers yet. I'm always in the mindset that I'm gonna wait a year or so after a set is released when I start collecting. I know from experience price will go down. And so looking at the graph of Miriam, again, Scarlet and Violet base set is pretty much a year old. It used to be around $50-ish. Now it's around $20, $25. It went down 100%. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this would continue to go down, because there's still so many supplies out there. And so there you have it. Looking at the top expensive cards, and then the price increase, price decrease, you can see that it's light red, light green. So there's not much price movement. It's all over the place. And so this shows me that it's still figuring out what to do. But with given our current macro environment, economic environment, we will see whether these prices will continue to go down, or whether our economy will continue to improve. I know that tax season is over and people got their tax money. And so people are saying that that's why alternate arts are going back up. But then wouldn't that be the same for full art trainers? So I don't know. We will see. And so with that, hopefully you like this video. Again, I don't believe anyone really do data like this in terms of Pokemon cards. A lot of people say they are data-driven content, do data analysis, but it's really, they just do TCG player graphs. And so they don't really take the data and really pivot or do technical analysis. And so hopefully you like this content. And so if you like this content, really hit that like button, because it goes a long way. It shows me that you like these content and that you really like data-driven content, and subscribe to the channel so that you're always up to date on whether new videos comes out, because you always want to be in the know. And comment below on what you think about full art trainers, and any other comment on what you would like to see on this channel. And of course, I really appreciate all of you and all of your support. You know who you are. And so with that, go forth and collect them all.